Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you some books that I picked up from the shop called The Works. I had an offer on for 10 books for £10. Actually had some pretty decent books on there which I didn't expect because, to be honest, The Works isn't really a shop that I would ever look at buying books from because they're just crappy books. But they actually had some really lovely books, so I figured I'd share with you what I got in case you're interested about buying your little one any books for Christmas. Okay, so I've got them all here, so I'm just going to go through them for you. So the first two that I picked up were Christmas books. If I'm being honest, I'm going to put these away for next Christmas, which I know sounds ridiculous, but I needed to bump up my order, and there were a lot of Christmas books on there because obviously Christmas is just around the corner. So the first one I got is William's Winter Wish, and it's basically about this little mouse and he just wants snow. It's a lovely book, it's got lovely illustrations. Too advanced for P at the moment, so this year I'm going to do touchy-feely books for her Christmas Eve basket. So these will go away for next Christmas Eve basket, which sounds ridiculous because we haven't even had this year's Christmas yet and I'm already planning for next year. But I think she'll enjoy looking at the pictures and then obviously me reading to her next year. So I'm going to put that one away. That was the first Christmas book. The second one is The Night Before Christmas. And it's just a really lovely traditional book. This retails at £5.99. Obviously I got it for £1, which is crazy cheap. And it's basically, I'm not a huge fan of the illustrations. It looked better on the website, if I'm being honest. I don't know what I prefer, but just not this. It's like, it's weird. It seems really nice. It says, he was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot and his clothes were all tarnished with ash and soot. So I don't know, I think it's going to be really nice for next year, so I'll put that away. Got a book that I think she's going to really enjoy when she's starting to learn words and associating words with a noise, and that's Say Hello to the Animals. And this is basically a little story about a puppy who looks at the farm, and then when it says obviously like pig, it says oink oink. So it's very much like putting two and two together. So you've got things like the pig, you've got the hen, you've also got, what else have you got? You've got a duck and a cow and all sorts of general farm animals in here. So I think that's going to be really good for her when she grows up. Some of this stuff I am just going to put away and just pull out as and when she's sort of into that sort of thing. But I got that one. The whole reason why I placed the order is because of this collection, which is called The Large Family by Jill Murphy. These are books that were around when I was a little girl, but I never actually owned them myself. I must have read them, I don't know, in a doctor's surgery or at a friend's house. And there's 5 in the collection. I actually only got 4 from The Works because I already had one from the shop called Home Bargains. I got this one for 89p from Home Bargains. They didn't have any others, so I was just going to pop back in there to see if they restocked, which is when I came across the others on The Works website. So, along with All in One Piece, you have 5 Minutes Piece, A Quiet Night In, A Piece of Cake, and Mr. Large in Charge. Lovely illustrations. They are a little bit old for her, but I think she's just going to enjoy it as she gets older, sitting down and me reading to her and her looking at the pictures. The cards are quite large and they've just got lovely like hand-drawn illustrations. Again, these retail at £6.99, which is so expensive for a paperback book. So yeah, I got all of those for £1 each. Another classic is Peace at Last, again by Jill Murphy. I remember this book when I was younger, and this is one I actually had. And I just remember about Mr. Bear, how he goes and sleeps in his car. Like, there he is. Like, I just remember it, and it was just a lovely story. Like, he couldn't get to sleep, and then when he was about to go to sleep, it was time to get up again. And there was, like, drips of water and stuff. It's just a really memorable book. It's very, like, easy for her to follow along. I know she's not going to be following along with me at the moment because she's only going to be 1. But in the years to come, I know that she's going to really enjoy this, as did I. So this is just going to be a lovely bedtime book. And finally, 2 books that I was quite hesitant about because I was never really into princesses and fairies and all of that because I never really had the books. But I picked up 2 because they only had 2 of the collection on here, and that's Princess Poppy. I've never heard of it before. So you've got Princess Poppy and the play, and then Princess Poppy ballet shoes. I am so impressed with these books. I'm definitely going to get more as she gets older. I think there's 16 in the collection, and they are lovely. They've got a lovely like gold detailing at the top. The illustrations are beautiful. I don't know, like this sort of book is something that I would have been really interested in, and I would have picked up on every single detail in the pictures. I haven't read the story yet, and I don't really know what it's about, apart from a girl called Poppy. At the start of every book, it introduces the characters, so it says like who's going to be in the book. So you've got Honey, Edward, Grandpa, Daisy, Mum, and obviously Poppy, which I think is a lovely touch. And then something that I really, really like is that there's a map at the start of every book. Again, this is something that I would have spent hours looking at, trying to figure out like who lives where and trying to visualise it. And I did sit down and I really like looked at it when I first opened these. I just think it's a lovely touch, and it's called Honeypot Hill where they live. So these are beautiful books. Like I said, there's a lot more in the collection, so I'm definitely going to be picking them up. But these are books that I'm sure she's going to enjoy when she's a lot older, which I know seems silly buying all these books, but they were so cheap, it's silly not to get them. I really want her to get into reading because I used to really enjoy reading, and I still do now. Like, I love going to bed, reading a book and just having a cup of tea and some chocolate. Like, that's just how I like to relax. So that is my book haul. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what your childhood favourites were, and what you've got for your children. I was going to buy her books like The Hungry Caterpillar and The Bear Hunt and stuff like that, but I've still got them from my childhood, so I'm passing down my books to my baby, which is weird. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.